So the hero's journey was something that Joseph Campbell wrote about very famously, and it's a beautiful series of notions about storytelling. And it's been used to describe many different kinds of stories. What's interesting to me is that I think some people misunderstand it. They think it's only for fantasy stories or stories where there are swords and dragons and things. But actually, it's really useful to think about every story as a kind of hero's journey. And some of the ideas in it aren't applicable to all stories, but almost all of them have some applicability to many stories that you're going to hear or you're going to see. And the hero's journey is basically your call to action. Sometimes the hero or heroine rejects the call to action or call to adventure. They go into the adventure. They have a mentor sometimes. They have allies, enemies, and they go into the deepest cave or the darkest cave. They fight the biggest monster or deal with the most difficult problem that possibly could exist. Sometimes after this event, there's a kind of resurrection or a change or transformation of the character. And they come back. They seize the sword. They come back. They give the gifts that they've learned in the journey. So you'd say, well, okay, that sounds like a big fantasy story, but actually, let's look at the film Lady Bird, for example, where it's a girl coming of age. When she seizes the sword, that in her life is buying a pack of cigarettes and a Playgirl and passing her driving test. So the way that she does the hero's journey is very different from any kind of classical way that you might think. In The Godfather, seizing the sword for Michael Corleone is not only, of course, the murders that he commits, but his lying to his wife. That is the key event of the ending of that film, and that really is the lie, and the idea that he's going to continue lying really becomes what he's learned from this story, what he's gained. So as you can see, there are just ways of using it that can really illuminate the kind of story you want to tell. And what people should do is take out pieces of it that don't apply and just apply pieces that are really useful. The most useful idea, I think, in Hero's Journey is the test, the idea of being tested, because we're always, in every story, our heroines, our heroes, protagonists are being tested, and these tests get harder and harder and harder, and they create dramatic questions that move through the whole piece as thematic material. And that's what I think all of us can learn from as authors, to write better stories based on this trope, the hero's journey.